but I wasn't at the studio this week, so I couldn't. We're live. Hello, welcome. Welcome into Cascade High School, where tonight the Tri-West Bruins take on the Avon Orioles. And for the opening round, I guess their first game of the Hendricks County Tournament, not really the opening round, the semifinal round would be the correct statement there. Tri-West and Avon obviously drawing the buys, so you win, you're playing for the county title coming up in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So definitely going to be a good matchup, and Avon, they're 4-5 on the season, but for a 4A program, they've really played a lot of competitive teams this year, and that's why they're at 4-5. But definitely a team that can come in here to the Hendricks County Tournament and wreak havoc. The winner of tonight's game will face the winner of Brownsburg and Plainfield, which will precede this game about 7:30 this evening. And then tomorrow, of course, a full slate of basketball here at Cascade High School, where they will have starting at 10 a.m. The girls will start playing for 5th and 6th place. Then at noon, the boys will play for 5th and 6th place. At 2, you'll go back to girls. They'll play for 3rd and 4th. And then at 4, the boys will play for 3rd and 4th. And then at 6, it'll be the girls' championship matchup. And then at 8, it will be the boys' championship matchup. So, Blake, when you look at this matchup, what's there to take away? Tri-West 4-3. They're riding a 2-game losing streak where they fell to both Decatur Central and Beech Grove in the same game and the same day in a single-day tournament. So what do you expect, for Tri-West to come out? They're obviously going to come out playing mad tonight.
Yeah, I want to see Tri-West just bounce back from their last 2 games as, just kind of a rough day for both teams and, just for Tri-West. And they need to play as a team today and really work towards just trying to play as a team and just beat their matchup today and do their thing one by one and make sure to play as a team is my big aspect of the game.
Well, it certainly will be, and Tri-West, who's met with Avon 18 times over the past 30 seasons, Avon leads that series 15-3. So Tri-West, not used to winning against Avon, but definitely something that can be changed tonight. They come in here after losing to Decatur Central and Beech Grove, but Tri-West is a team that can be very competitive this season. So Blake, how do you expect Tri-West to come out tonight? What are some of the things you look for Tri-West to do offensively? Know that Avon has a few more athletes on the team maybe than Tri-West does tonight.
They need to take advantage of their major things they do good in the game, like shooting deep sometimes with Mason Levisic and Luke Robertson taking the floor, and definitely defensive standpoints with Braden Van Slyke just playing their best game they can against their opponent tonight, and not looking ahead or not overachieving what they can do against the Orioles tonight.
And I think saying, true to your fundamentals, what team can turn the ball over less? I think is going to be a big who turns the ball over less. I think is going to be a big factor in tonight's game. And if Tri-West can control the turnovers, and their loss to Decatur Central, they were up at the half, but they also had 20 turnovers at the half. They had 23. They only had 3 turnovers in the second half, however, but still 20 turnovers in one half definitely adds up, and that could contribute to that loss as well. So definitely a team that's going to come out play very motivated. Obviously, senior Braden Van Slyke and other juniors on the team like Luke Robertson, who have been in competitive situations. And when you talk about the football field, and of course Braden used to this situation last year in Luke, so coming from experience, they'll be able to tell the guys what of a big deal it is because Braden did not play on the 2017 county championship team, but he was on the JV team, so he was around what it took and how players had to respond in order to be victorious in the county title. So definitely you expect that leadership to step up a little bit tonight. Tri-West obviously very young and definitely a long way to go from here, and will give Avon their potentially one of their toughest matchups yet.
Right. Tonight I want to look for just once again playing their best ball they can, like you said, with their fundamentals and just doing the best thing they can do and making sure that Avon doesn't score more points as the obvious factor for tonight.
Well, certainly, and we're getting you set. Tri-West and Avon, the semifinal round of the Hendricks County Tournament. The winner will play in the county championship tomorrow. The loser will play for third place at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So the Bruins will get 2 games out of this county tournament no matter what. And definitely a chance to really prove what they've been doing. Yeah, they slipped up and had a couple tough losses to competitive teams such as Decatur Central and Beech Grove. Beech Grove, a team that they could see in the sectional coming up in March. So definitely a lot to learn, a lot to take away from those 2 losses, and I'm sure Coach Bontrager knows that. And he knows, what the game plan is going to be tonight against Avon, because definitely Avon, a team, like we mentioned, more athletic potentially, and potentially shows more, athleticism in terms of getting up and down the court. So I think you're making this a half-court game will be huge tonight. If Tri-West can slow it down in the half court and make Avon play their half court offense, I think we'll be in for a good ball game. But I definitely don't think transition points in terms of making it a full court game is going to serve Tri-West very well tonight, as Avon might be able to outpower them in terms of getting up and down the floor.
Right. In terms of baseball, just play some small ball, as Tri-West would say. But
yeah, we're going to have the national anthem here at Cascade High School, so stay tuned. All right, that was our national anthem here at Cascade High School. Get you set. Tri-West and Avon, rather, in the Hendricks County Tournament, a place where Tri-West began their season defeating Cascade in this gym. 76-35, I believe, was the final there. But let's take you through the starting lineups for tonight's contest. We'll start with Avon. J.P. Carroll, a 5'9" senior, will start, as well as Jaden Brewer, a 6'4" sophomore. Jaden Baylor, a 6'4" senior. Wendell DeMeyers, a 6'3" senior. And, of course, Camden Melvin, a 6' junior for Avon High School. And let's meet the... at forward, they'll go with Taylor Gardner. Another forward, they'll go with Dawson Wolf. At another forward, they'll go with Luke Robertson. Braden Van Slyke will play a guard-type forward/role. And then Mason Levisic will be the point guard for tonight's contest. So with the lineup, Blake, what are your keys to the game? What do the Tri-West Bruins have to do to get it done?
Less turnovers than they had against that first half against Decatur Central, like you said earlier. Just playing smooth, good basketball will keep them in this game and doing the thing they do best. I really think that a lot of guys are going to touch the ball tonight and get a lot of points, or a good quantity of points for each player. But yeah, they definitely can be in this game if they do their thing right and make sure Avon doesn't do it better.
And we're getting you set. Tri-West and Avon. Of course, like we mentioned here, Avon comes in on the season, 4-5 on the season. Last meeting, they defeated Tri-West 78-65 exactly a year ago in the Hendricks County Tournament. Coach Jeff Holloway is 9-25 in his second year at Avon. In the last outing for Avon, they defeated Southport 69-55. Avon, a team that averages 58 points per game. They give up 55.5 points per game. In losses, however, they're only scoring about 47.4 points per game. So Avon, definitely a team, and you mentioned, you look at points per game. Tri-West averages 65 points per game, and Avon averages 58. So you expect it to be a high-scoring affair tonight. You expect the ball to go down quite often this evening.
Right. Yeah, Tri-West needs to play defense well, and then they'll keep the game in their hands. But if they don't put enough points on the board, like above 50, like you were saying, they probably won't have a shot at this one.
All right, so we're getting you set in Avon, a team that definitely has a lot of size, so we'll see how they go about matching up with that. Of course, Taylor Gardner and Luke Robertson and Dawson Wolf, they all provide height, but you also have other players, Nick Chin, Ethan Depanet, and Alex Govey coming off the bench that can provide some size for the Bruins, as well as Nick Smith coming off the bench at a point guard role, who's really been used for his defense, I've noticed this season. Nick Smith, a player that is used for his ball pressure. He can pressure the ball. He can turn the ball over, create turnovers for the Bruins, and that's how he was used in the Beech Grove game when the Bruins got down. Nick Smith came in and he created turnovers. Now maybe it was a little too late, and the Bruins were already out of reach of the game, but still he was creating turnovers. So you expect Nick Smith to have a big impact off the bench tonight. Tri-West in the white uniforms. They'll go with the blue numerals, letters, and trim this evening. Avon in the black uniforms. They'll go with the yellow/gold numerals, letters, and trim this evening. Avon will go left to right. Tri-West will go right to left this evening. Getting you set, Tri-West and Avon. Luke Robertson will jump center. He'll jump next to Jaden Baylor, and Avon wins the tip. So it'll be Carroll now for Avon crossing the timeline. He'll set up the offense. The Bruins in a man-to-man set here. And Avon with its first possession. Jaden Brewer now with it, handling the basketball. He goes right side to DeMyers. They'll pull it back out and reset here. Avon's first possession. See how Tri-West will go about defending it. Here's a jumper by DeMyers, and it goes down. Avon has a 2-point lead. Now full court pressure in effect for Avon here as they kind of fall back out of it, and Taylor Gardner will cross the timeline with ease. Gardner working the point, gets it high post Robertson. Robertson driving in, puts a floater. It's off the front of the rim, no, and the Bruins now have to defend in transition. Avon with the basketball. Here's DeMyers, a three. It's no good. There's Van Slyke with the rebound. He gives it off to Robertson, now right side. Wolf, the Bruins in transition, nearly turned the ball over. There's Taylor Gardner to bail him out. He gets it back to Van Slyke, who will pop a three, and he nails it.
Avon playing the high tempo offense. Tri-West just going to have to stop this early, but looks like they want to play their game.
The Bruins have their first lead of the game. It's 3-2. Up top now is Brewer. He's going to try a 15-footer. It's off the mark. The Bruins got the rebound. Here's Robertson with it. Robertson will hand it off to Gardner. He'll cross the timeline, and Taylor Gardner will have point guard duties on this possession. Right side, Van Slyke on the baseline finds Levisic. Levisic can't go up. He throws it away. And now Avon in transition with Carroll. He gives it off. And it's Melvin with it now, right side to DeMyers. Back out top now to Melvin. And Avon will reset their offense here. Looking for a shot they want. Tri-West up one here. Here's Van Slyke going against Brewer, and they're going to say he took too many steps. So those are the turnovers that the Bruins have been able to create. There's one turnover for Avon. And on 3 possessions, they've scored once, they've missed a shot, and they've turned it over.
Pretty close defense by Tri-West is really helping them right now. But like you said, only 3 points on 3 turnovers.
Gardner,
3 possessions.
Gardner with it left side in trouble, has to give it off to Robertson. Robertson attacking left side, finds Van Slyke. And now a foul call here on Avon. And they're going to get Wendell DeMyers for his first. And the first foul of the contest. Tri-West will inbound baseline left under their own basket. The Bruins looking.
Almost a turnover again.
This is their 3rd possession of the contest. Gardner working the post, can't get it to go, and Avon comes down with the rebound with DeMyers now in transition. Avon going up, scoring, and they'll get the foul. He'll head to the line once. And that was Melvin scoring 2. He'll have 1 coming.
Yeah, that was just not a good hustle opportunity by the Bruins as Avon took advantage of their speed and really got down the court a lot quicker than Tri-West.
Melvin at the line now with a chance for a 3-point play. It's off the mark, and they're going to say that Wendell DeMeyers crossed the 3-point line before it was legal, and so no shot. The Bruins will have the basketball. And now full court pressure here for the Orioles. Robertson working the point, crosses the timeline right side, finds Van Slyke. Great ball pressure by Avon. Van Slyke, an awkward 15-footer is off the mark. And Baylor comes down with the rebound. Now Avon in transition. And going up is Carroll. He's fouled. He'll head to the line twice.
Yeah, Mason just couldn't get a hold of his footing there as he got the foul up on the shot.
Tri-West foul on Mason Levisic. And so Carroll at the line and a chance for 2 and a chance to take a 3-point lead. He's off the mark on the first, so the best he can do is make it a 2-point lead. So what have you seen on the Bruins here early, Blake?
They're getting out hustled on the transitions for sure. But they're playing good defense, but committing 2 early fouls right now. Yeah, two fouls.
So Carroll makes his second. Left side, Levisic. Now back to to Gardner, rather. It's tipped out of bounds by Avon. Now Tri-West will inbound, cross court left. He'll get it into Robertson. Robertson will work the point here. Bruins really need a bucket here. They've had 2 straight empty possessions. Here's Van Slyke with a 15-footer. It's off the mark, but it's tipped out of bounds. And Tri-West will avoid yet another empty possession as they'll have a chance here with the inbound under their own basket coming.
Yeah, really a missed opportunity by Braden. He had an open lane, but should have taken a few more steps to get a layup.
Gardner barely gets it into Robertson, but he stepped out of bounds. And so now it'll be Avon ball. Avon working with a 2-point lead and the basketball. Carroll Wither will take his time as he crosses the timeline. He'll be picked up by Levisic. Now right side is to DeMeyers. Step back 2 is off the mark. There's Wolf with the rebound. And then DeMeyers takes it right back from him. And there's a score there by Melvin, that is. And Melvin's got 4 on the evening. Right side, Robertson, he tries to find Van Slyke at another turnover here. Bruins have had 4 straight empty possessions. Here's Melvin now on the attack. Now he kicks it back out. It'll be Carroll with it, the 5'9" senior operating the point guard position here. He crosses Robertson and finds DeMeyers for a 3, and it's good.
That's now 5 points off the turnovers for the Orioles.
And 8 unanswered points here for Avon, and yet another turnover. Here's DeMeyers in transition. He scores 2, and Bontrager is going to have to use a timeout to slow down Avon because here's 10 unanswered points. It was 3-2, and then Avon spurted a 10-point run. They now lead 12-3. So, Blake, what do they have to adjust? It seems like they're having struggles on the offensive side, not able to find open shots. They've had to settle for a couple awkward shots and a couple shots that they're not accustomed to. So what did Tri-West need to adjust on the offensive end?
Right. They need to play their game, and it might not be fast-paced tonight, but they need to play a little bit more slow-paced and down the court and setting up their offense a little bit more and taking better shots as they're going to need to do the simple things better in this big game against Avon. Well,
definitely turnovers have hurt the Bruins here early. They've had 4 straight empty possessions since that 3 by Van Slyke. And so the Bruins out of the timeout. It was a full timeout taken by Bontrager, and he'll have 4 remaining. No substitutions yet in this contest. So it'll be Tri-West basketball out of the timeout, and you expect the Orioles to come out in a full court pressure, and we've got substitutions for Avon checking in. Mason Miller along with Leandro Servia checking in for Avon at the timeout. Garrett Cora also in replacing Mason Levisic here early. Here's Gardner now crossing the timeline, working against the pressure now. Picks up his dribble, has to find somewhere to go with it, gets it to Dawson Wolf. Wolf with it, picks up his dribble, gets it back to Gardner. Gardner takes one dribble and shoots a three. It's off the mark, but there's Garrett Cora with an offensive rebound. Now Van Slyke back to Cora. Cora pass fake, gets it tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say it was last touch by J.P. Carroll of Avon. And it'll be Tri-West basketball, baseline right under their own basket. Taylor Gardner will inbound. He'll get it into Van Slyke. Now back to Cora on the right wing. Cora, Gardner with it now, dribbling it around, driving in, attacking the lane, and he scores two. That's what we've seen Gardner been able to do this season, is attack the lane. We expected him to come in and be a lethal attack from three-point land, but he's really been, driving into the lane, finding those layups to get the Bruins points, and that's really, one of the big factors in how he's been utilized this season. The three is off the mark by Miller, but they get the offensive rebound, and now a foul call against Tri-West. On the putback, they're going to get Dawson Wolf, his first of the contest, and that'll send Jaden Baylor to the line. He'll have two shots coming.
Right, so what you said about Taylor, we're going to need that for a majority of the night by more players than just him, just the aggressive play style, driving down the lane, and just be more aggressive.
The first shot by Baylor is off the mark. So again, Cora checked in for Levisik at the timeout. Second shot now for Baylor, and it's off, in and out, no good. Gardner comes up with the rebound. Now Garrett Cora with it, a sophomore guard for the Bruins. Gardner back with it. Works as he crosses the timeline near. He carried the basketball, and now a foul call against Avon. They're going to get Wendell DeMeyers his second, and he'll have to check out, and checking in will be Jaden Brewer. Jaden Brewer will return. Taylor Gardner will inbound. Gardner looking for some help to get it in, and he does to Robertson as Robertson beats his defender. Now back to Gardner. Gardner spin and catch shoot, and it's good.
Great athletic play by Taylor, just taking advantage of it.
And now the Bruins have 4 unanswered points. It's 12-7. Left side, working the basketball is Miller. Avon, 2 straight empty possessions, a 3 on the way, and there's the announcer's jinx with Servia draining a 3.
Looks like a misassignment there on defense for the Bruins.
Cora picks up his dribble, nearly turns it over, gives it back to Gardner. Another layup for Gardner, count the bucket, he'll head to the line.
More aggressive play by Gardner. It's starting to look good for the Bruins.
So Gardner will have a chance for 3 and a chance to bring it within 5. Make it a 7-2 run, or 7-3 run rather. First foul shots tonight for the Bruins coming from Gardner, and he makes it. J.P. Carroll will handle the point guard position here, and now we're going to get a timeout for Taylor Gardner to reset his knee brace there.
Oh.
Now J.P. Carroll will cross the timeline going left. Now Brewer with it, driving in, attacking, going up, can't lay it up. He gets his own rebound, and a foul on the way up. Count it. He'll head to the line once.
Dawson was just a little too close on that foul there. Just got to put your hands up and hope he doesn't foul.
And so Wolf will pick up his second, and that'll cue him out. And Alex Covey, the freshman, will check in, as well as Nick Smith will replace Taylor Gardner. So Covey, the 6'4 freshman, and Nick Smith, the sophomore guard here for the Bruins. So the Bruins go with 2 sophomores, a junior, a freshman, and a senior, so all classes being represented on the floor. Cora will cross the timeline, gets in trouble, now gets out of trouble, finds Covey baseline left, back to Smith, now back to Van Slyke. He thought about it, gives it back to Smith. Smith on the attack into the lane, pump fake, can't score. Robertson came in for the rebound, but he can't control it, and Baylor comes down with it. Now right side. Miller thought about the 3, said he'll dribble it in and shoot. It's no good. Here's Robertson with the rebound. He finds Cora. Bruins trying to get it back within 5 or 4, and Van Slyke can't connect there. Baylor comes down with the rebound. Servia now with it. Gets in trouble, gets it back to Brewer. Brewer on the attack and back to Carroll. Carroll, left side now, gives it to Miller. Now back to Servia, who attacks the lane, goes up, can't score. Rebound to Van Slyke.
Great.
Robertson now right side. Gives it back to Nick Smith. Smith now up top to Cora. Bruins down 7, 1 minute to play first quarter. Inside to Robertson. Robertson goes up and makes it, and that's Robertson's first points of the contest. He did not score in the Beech Grove game, and that could be a contributing factor as to why they suffered such a big loss. Robertson, who's been used, definitely been used as a big part of the offense all season long. Left side, Servia attacking the lane. Left side gives it back over to Baylor. Now finds Carroll. Now they'll try to hold for the last shot with 32 seconds remaining in the quarter. And if the Bruins can defend this and make Avon come up empty, I think they'll be pretty happy with that. Left side, Miller, 20 seconds to score. Inside to Brewer. Brewer against Covey. Gives it over to Baylor. And now a foul on the Bruins. They're going to get Garrett Cora. His first of the contest. 15 and 4/10. Avon will inbound baseline right under their own basket. And so Taylor Gardner will check in, replacing Luke Robertson. Robertson will get a short breather here at the end of the quarter. Carroll will inbound, looking for somewhere to go with a great defense, and a three on the way off the inbound is no good. There's Kobe with the rebound. 10 seconds to score. The Bruins a chance to bring it within 2. Left side, Van Slyke, 5 seconds to score. Got to find somewhere to go with it. Finds Gardner. He's going to pop the three. It's good! And the Bruins will bring it within 2 at the end of the first quarter.
That's going to be a huge momentum change for the Bruins as Avon, they just messed up on that 40 seconds they had. Just not good ball play.
And when you hold the ball for that long, that doesn't serve good, and you come up empty. That's never good. So the Bruins back within 2. It all started really with that timeout taken by Bontrager there, about midway through the first quarter when the game started to get away. Avon rattled off 10 unanswered. What did you see change offensively for the Bruins as well as defensively?
I saw like a spark of fire in Taylor Gardner there. He had those 7 of those unanswered 10, just being aggressive and just playing good basketball. Just like that end of the quarter, his shot, I mean, that's confidence right there for Taylor Gardner, and the whole team just needs to revolve around that, some confidence.
So scorers at the end of the first. Gardner leads the way. Gardner has now 9 of the 15, and making up for the other, or rather Gardner has 10 of the 15. Making up for the other 5 is Van Slyke with 3, Robertson with 2. So the Bruins with momentum on their side and the basketball to start the second quarter of action in a chance to take the lead for the second time in this game. They led at 3-2, and they haven't led since. A chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Cora with it, crossing the timeline. Left side, Covey. Covey, high post, gives it to Gardner. Back to Cora. Cora can't find Covey inside, but it's tipped by Avon. Gardner in a fight for the ball, contains it. Now dribbles around left side, gives it to Robertson. Robertson with it, left side, driving on the attack. Finds Gardner inside, but it's tipped out of bounds by Avon. Leangelo Servia tips it out of bounds, and it'll be Tri-West basketball. Robertson will inbound under his own basket, baseline left. Robertson gets it into Gardner. Back to Cora, now to Gardner again. Catch and shoot. 3 on the way is good. And the Bruins have their second lead of the contest at 18-17. Now, can they defend on the other end? Let's find out. Brewer left side gives it back to Melvin. Now Brewer on the attack with the layup is no good. Great defense there by Covey. They draw the foul on Avon, and the Bruins will have the basketball.
This aggressive play by the Bruins is really coming to them. Avon can't find an answer right now on defense.
Jaden Baylor charged with that foul, the 6'4 senior. Great defense there by Covey to deny the layup by Brewer. Cora now crossing the timeline, working the point guard position here. Cora picks up his dribble, in trouble, has to get it to Gardner. He does, but a foul on Avon now. And Avon just a couple of points, a couple of fouls away from the bonus. Leangelo Sarvia rather charged with that foul, his first. The Bruins lead 18-17. They've only had 1 point leads in this contest at 3-2, and now at 18-17. Cora with it, working right wing. Minute into the second quarter. Van Slyke can't get it high post. A turnover here. Here's Brewer going against Gardner. He can't score. There's Cora coming down with the rebound. Another empty possession for Avon. Cora right side to Taylor Gardner. Inside to Van Slyke. Van Slyke can't control it as Carroll is able to deny the post down. Now here's Brewer on the attack. Brewer into the lane and scores 2 with ease.
Everybody was looking for the charge there, but just wasn't enough as the ref was shaking his head on the way back.
Cora now at the guard spot back. Catch and shoot 3 for Van Slyke is off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Van Slyke's fighting for it. Now they got to get back in transition. 3-on-1. A foul, and Servia will go to the line and a chance for 3. So now the Bruins come out hot in the second quarter. Avon has a couple of empty possessions, but now they seem to be rolling here. Up 3 and a chance to make it 4. Antoine Harris in for Avon. So Avon in there. They have Camden Melvin, J.P. Carroll in there, as well as Jaden Brewer and Antoine Harris, as well as Langelo Servia, who just shot the foul shot. The Bruins go with Van Slyke, Covey, Gardner, Cora, and Robertson. Robertson right side. The Bruins, who are up by 1, have now had 5 unanswered points ran against them. Inside to Covey. Covey back to Van Slyke. Van Slyke on the attack into the lane, scores 2.
Aggressive play that we needed just more throughout the game is aggressive play by Brayden Van Slyke.
Carroll now crossing the timeline, left side to Brewer. Brewer into the lane, now back out. Now back to J.P. Carroll, now over to Melvin. Servia catch and shoot 3 is good. And Servia made that 3-point play. He's got 6 here early second quarter, and a big contributing factor as to why the Bruins, why Avon has gotten so many points here in the second quarter. Tipped out of bounds by Avon. It'll be Bruins basketball now. And now Robertson will inbound under his own basket baseline left. Gardner with it now left wing. Working it now inside. Tries to get it back out. He does to Robertson. Robertson now with it left side to Garrett Cora. Cora now back between the circles. Fake there. Now Gardner 3 on the way is no good. It's off the mark, and the rebound to J.P. Carroll. Carroll the other way in transition. Gives it off. Now right side Servia into the lane. Caught in traffic, and Gardner comes down with it. A turnover here for Avon. Robertson with the basketball down 5. Here's Covey on the attack. Left side. He turns the ball over, and now Avon comes down with it. Into the lane. Brewer goes up and scores 2 with ease. Brewer's got 6.
Yeah, Covey thought about the shot on that one, just didn't have the oomph for it, and looked to pass it, but didn't turn over.
Avon now up 7. Their biggest lead was 10. Van Slyke into the lane, can't score. Fight for the rebound. Robertson comes down with it. Now floater on the way is good. Interesting change of events there. And Bontrager wants a timeout. It'll be a 30. So take me through, Blake, what have you seen here from the start of the second quarter to this timeout here about midway through?
You can tell just a different mentality coming out, especially at the end of the first quarter timeout they had was a big game changer, as Bontrager must have said something right, and players got a spark, and they're working pretty well.
So the Bruins now got it back within 5 here. Bontrager uses his second timeout. He's taken 2. Avon has taken none. Avon now up 5. And possibly some defensive pressure. Do you expect the Bruins to come out in any sort of full court set, as you know Avon is so athletic in terms of getting the ball down the floor?
Right. Avon, they're going to look to play up tempo. Is that they've been trying to do that all game, and Travis has been holding that down. So I don't know if they'll come out full court, as they're not, but it might be a hit or miss on that if they defend it well or not. We'll just have to see.
So now it'll be J.P. Carroll. He'll cross the timeline for Avon. He's working in between the circles here. Left side to Brewer going against Van Slyke. Looks like a bit of zone here for the Bruins, a bit of a 2-3, maybe a little bit of a matchup zone. Servia with it up top, now left side, Carroll. Brewer with it, catch and shoot three, air ball, and Robertson comes down with it. Robertson now up the floor to Covey. Covey into the lane, goes up, can't score, but there's Van Slyke with the rebound, but he can't put it back. Covey, who had 8 in the contest against Beech Grove, and now a blocking foul the other way. Not sure on the legitimacy of that call, but nevertheless a foul on Garrett Cora, his second. Count the bucket.
Right. I'd like to see what the referee had to say about that one. Was he moving? Was he not in the right position? I don't know what he had to say.
Camden Melvin, his bucket is good. He'll have a chance for 3. Smith comes in to replace Cora, and in for Avon is Wendell DeMyers checking in, replacing Jaden Brewer. And he makes the 3-point play, and now substitutions again for Avon. Mason Miller will check in, replacing J.P. Carroll. So Brewer now checks out for Avon. He's got 6, and maybe, one of Avon's best players down low, and a chance to potentially take advantage of that as Smith checks into the game for the Bruins as well. He replaced Garrett Cora. Robertson right side, dribbles around on the right wing. Now back with it, driving into the lane, going up, can't score. Rebound tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by the Bruins. Avon will have the basketball, up 8 with the ball.
It just looks like close defense is going Avon's way right now, mid-second quarter.
So now it'll be Camden Melvin with the basketball across the timeline. Melvin with it, now back to DeMyers, and his floater is good. That's his first points of the second quarter. Bruins now down 10. This is their tied for their largest deficit of the contest. Van Slyke in baseline, now back to Smith. Smith dribbling around, now back to Robertson, back to Gardner. Great ball movement here, not turning the ball over. Inside to Gardner, and Gardner scores 2. To break the drought there, the Bruins got it back within 8.
Bruins just being patient on that possession, and it turned out for Gardner to get more points.
Melvin with it across the timeline. He dribbles around against Robertson, now back to Mason Miller, up top to Servia. Servia with it, dribbling around left side wing. Back to DeMyers, who can shoot, but he opts to dribble it back out and give it to Camden Melvin. Now back to Baylor, and Robertson takes it away. Now transition, opportunity for the Bruins. And a blocking foul, count the bucket. Robertson will head to the line, and a chance for 3.
Robertson with the steal on that, just a lone steal, lone points, just taking advantage, and I liked it. I liked the aggressive play right there by Robertson.
Bruins a chance to bring it back within 5. And now Covey will check out. Levisic will check in. They're going with an extra guard here, potentially because Brewer is out of the contest. And so Robertson at the line, Brewer back into the contest, as I said that he was out, but he is back in. Robertson can't connect on the 3-point play. Bruins are 50% from the charity stripe on the evening. Carroll in transition back to Miller, and Miller drains the 3. Mason Miller, one of their shooting guards who can definitely stroke it from beyond the arc, scores his first buckets of the contest here. Inside to Van Slyke. Van Slyke dribbling it around. A foul on Avon. They're going to get Jaden Brewer for his first foul of the contest. 35-26. Bruins down by 9. It's a bonus situation now for Van Slyke at the line. He'll have a 1-and-1 coming. Well, Van Slyke at the line misses the first. A chance for free points there, and those are really opportunities that you really can't afford to make mistakes on, especially in a game where Avon can score the bucket at a score the ball at a high rate. Van Slyke off the Miller miss, gets the rebound. Tries to find Levisic, but it was tipped by Avon. Miller did tip it with his knee, they're going to say. It'll be Bruins basketball.
Right, I think he was looking for Taylor Gardner in the corner. It just was a little too early on the shooting down the court.
Gardner will inbound, baseline right. Back to Levisic, now left side to Taylor Gardner. Gardner thought about attacking, instead pulls it back out, gives it to Robertson. Robertson driving into the lane, going up, can't score, he's pinned on the glass. Brewer comes down with the rebound in transition. Brewer back to Miller, now back to Carroll. Back to Melvin, and now DeMeyers with it, working left side. Up top, it's Carroll. Back to Miller. Now on the attack into the lane is, that would be Melvin on the attack. He was fouled on the way up by Levisic. That'll be Levisic's second. And so now Melvin at the line. Chance for two and a chance to give Avon their biggest lead of the game at 11. And he does.
Yeah, the Bruins might need to regroup here for the next minute. Try to get two opportunities, not just one shot. As it didn't work for Avon last time in the first quarter.
Second one is off the mark. 10-point lead now for Avon, with Gardner crossing the timeline in between the circles. Back to Nick Smith. Now Smith gets his ball taken away by DeMeyers, and DeMeyers goes up to score two. 38-26. Left side, Taylor Gardner. Gardner in, gets it taken away by DeMeyers, and now transition points coming for Avon. DeMeyers throws it down, and now the Bruins letting this one kind of slip away here late in the half, something that they really didn't want to do, and another turnover for Avon. J.P. Carroll in transition misses as he went for flashy points there. Gardner comes down with the rebound. So flashy points didn't really work there for the Bruins, but Carroll gets it back, and Carroll scores two. As the Bruins let it slip here late in the half, and they got some work to do here in the second half. A foul against Avon. They're going to get J.P. Carroll with his first. So a chance to kind of...
They had a chance to go single digits down by 9, but turn into 16.
So now a chance to kind of settle the dust here a little bit as Gardner converts on his first. So a chance to kind of, get some points here late in the half and, go into halftime not too totally upset, but definitely going into half with some work to do on the offensive side of the ball. And so at the half, it'll be 42-27. The Bruins are down, down by a lot here, Blake, but down by 15. What do they have to do, adjustment-wise here at halftime?
Just bring their confidence back up. They had it at the end of the first quarter, and they need to come out at the halftime just a better mindset and a more positive way and more confidence to get more points. As that end of that half right there was definitely not a good way to go to the locker room, but you never know. They still got some shots to go through their way, but I don't know. Just hopefully their confidence comes back up.
Well, certainly. And so at the half, there's only been 3 players in the scoring column for the Bruins, that being Taylor Gardner, as well as Gardner, the leading